Well, we are back, and now we're also back with our guests as well. And we're going to be talking about what happened at the magical Kenya Open. And you know the story that not any other Kenyan made the cut, but a youngster who's an amateur, you can call it amateur, made it and played so well and was ranked among, the top golfers at the magical Kenya Open. The big question is what happened to the other more seasoned, more professional golfers? Or the other question would be, what was so good about this amateur golfer and why he went so far? Plus, of course, we're going to talk about the Muthaiga Golf Club in itself. And we got the chairman here, Roland Meru, a man who's very well known to some of us for a long time, joins us in the studio. Very good to see you.
Thank you, Bernard.
Very elegant in those Muthaiga colors, I would presume.
Thanks a lot.
Looking very good in golf colors. But of course, the youngster would just be the usual youngster with kinky hair, a little bit of a broken voice as well, just wearing his hoodies. Njoroge Kibugu, first of all, congratulations for that excellent performance. And welcome to our studios as well.
Thank you.
How does it feel to be or top? I mean, literally.
I don't think it's sunk in yet, but...
Are you just being modest? You're the top golfer in the country at the moment.
I think so, but it feels good. It feels good.
Yeah. It feels good.
Yeah.
What about playing with all those people there? I mean, where did you get the confidence from to take on? Did you even think about them? Like these guys have been on the PGA tour, they've been on the circuit, and here you are competing with them.
I've competed with them before.
Okay.
So, yeah, but it felt. This
is at that point when somebody usually says, "Okay, I'm sorry." Then. Yeah. Yeah, but where did you get the practice from?
So I normally play in like Joburg, and it's like high levels of golf there. So, yeah, it helped. It helped a lot.
It did.
Yeah.
It did. So it's not just the fact that you're also a member of Muthaiga, because Muthaiga is claiming, our man, our boy from Muthaiga. They're claiming all the credit.
Also Muthaiga's a good part. Yeah.
Also Muthaiga. Let's talk to the chairman here before he feels like we are upstaging him. Chairman, karibu sana. It's very good to see you.
Asante sana.
What's so special about Muthaiga Golf Club that it even attracted this event, the magical Kenya Open?
Thanks, Bernard. Very happy to be here and lovely to see you after a long time.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
I tell Ken I used to play golf. He says no, but tell him we were there before.
No, I can confirm. Bernard is a good golfer. Yes, I just need to get him back on the course. Yes. So, Muthaiga Golf Club. We pride ourselves as the home of golf in Kenya.
Home of golf.
Yes.
This is a very big statement you're making.
Yes.
Like anyone who plays golf has come from Muthaiga.
Yes, this is where the superstars are built. We have a good example right next to me here. And we pride ourselves because of the type of golf course we have. We have a championship course that has proven it's within time since the 1967 when the Kenya Open was first played. It was first played in Muthaiga. And it has been played there over the last few years, apart from 1968 when it had moved out. But in the recent past, it's always been played at Muthaiga until recently when it went to current for the last few years. But all the other years, it's
you've hosted it for the longest time. Nobody's going to take that away from you.
Exactly.
But everybody seems to talk about the other side, the front nine. Ken likes to dazzle us with those statements, the front nine and the back nine. But we know every course has that. But he makes it look like front nine is on this side of the road, back nine is on the other side of the road. Does it make it a hard course to play, or does it make it a special course?
Having the nines on separate sides is not mostly what determines the difficulty of the course and all. That is just how you cross from the first nine, which is on the right side of Kiambu Road, and our second nine is where the clubhouse is. The first nine actually sits on about 125 acres, and the second nine where the clubhouse sits is on 175 acres. But what has made it more of a championship course is mostly like our water features. It's one of the courses with the most water features within the region. I can tell you out of an 18-hole course, these are courses out of 18 holes, 13 holes all have water features.
And now that you mentioned 13, what about the 13th hole? Tell me more about that one.
That's a very special hole.
Why? No, let Kibugu tell us about it.
Yes.
Yeah, Njoroge. What's you from a youngster's perspective and a golfer's perspective? What's so special about that 13th hole?
It's hard.
Why is it hard?
Because it's well protected. Because there's water just before the green, and it like kind of comes in towards the green, and then there's little space after that because there's a bunker on the right, and a bunker on the left. And then left of that, there's also a bush on the left. So it's a tough hole, but it's a good looking hole.
It's a good looking hole.
Yeah.
Now you know he's talking golf.
Yes.
You simplified now.
Yes.
He's talking about coming in. He's talking about, there's a bunker here,
Yes.
Why is it special? Because I remember for the longest time in my encounter with golf, there's always a car that was parked at Muthaiga for anyone who might get a hole in 1 in 13.
Yes. It's I would say that's our signature hole at Muthaiga, because as I said, it is right, first of all, it's right next to our clubhouse. And as you had, you have to go over water. The hole, you're talking about 160 yards over water. There are a lot of things that come into play. In golf, and what I always tell people is not, as you talk about a football pitch, the goalpost from one end to the next is always the same distance. When it comes to golf, there are many things that you have to factor in. There's wind. It could be different. The wind could also affect the way your ball goes.
The contour as well is different.
The pin position will never be the same.
Never.
Even if you play on that course how many times, the pin could be placed in a different position. So that hole makes it very scenic, and you have to factor in a lot of different conditions.
What's the feedback you got from the golfers who were there? Did they enjoy the course? Did they have any special words for the course?
During the last week of Magical Kenya Open, actually, as I got a chance to walk into the plans of how the play and your putting speed of the ball. These are some of the factors. But the one thing that Muthaiga has done that I can say is one of the first clubs to do some of this is what we call automated irrigation. So our golf club does not rely all the time on rain. So we have an automated irrigation system that has been installed in the whole golf course. So whether it rains, whether it doesn't.
So what does it do? I mean, you see, in an automated teller machine, you go and put a code and it gives you all those many messages. Look at
our golf superintendent can control the irrigation and the sprinklers from his phone. And it's able to tell you this green, how much water it needs, this side of the green, how much water is required. So you can actually regulate the amount of water that's going to each specific green and fairway. So this is some of the things that have made the course to be that spectacular.
We've been arguing with Ken a lot. We say that golf is a sport for the rich. And I now you have given me the reason to believe it is. You see that person you're calling the golf superintendent?
Yes.
We just call him the gardener. On the other side of the world. But I like the name you've given him. It's elevated a little bit there.
Yes.
Njoroge, did you enjoy playing that particular hole, or which one did you enjoy playing the most?
I think in terms of like statistics, I think my best hole was 18. Because I birdied it twice, eagled it once. And last day I 3-putted. I would have birdied it if I 2-putted. But yeah, I think I enjoyed 18 the most. Yeah.
You make it look like you made a decision just not to go another stroke under.
No, I wish I did.
Oh, okay. You made it look like it was very deliberate. Ken, you watched him, didn't you?
Yes,
and you watched everybody else. What's your opinion?
I did watch him. First, I just want to let you know that the Silver Salva that you won was last won in 2011 by Boniface Simwa. Okay, that's the last time an amateur made the cut. I just want to ask, how does it feel, to be in the space of people? One, they're older than you, they're more experienced than you. I know you've had it in South Africa, where even the amateurs are almost at pro level. But considering this is now your home, how did it feel like to play with these guys who are obviously maybe at the top of their game, whereas you are just climbing up?
I mean, it felt good to play with like high-level people, but then it also felt like normal because I was at home. Because like I was at Muthaiga and I played there since I was like young. So yeah, it felt like almost like a club night with people.
One of the things that has been said about you is that you are enjoying the fans' reaction to how you are playing. You play better with the fans.
In terms of what I showed in the weekend, I didn't. But I actually enjoy the fans.
You do?
Like, yeah.
If you were to play in a course, because now we understand you've attracted sponsorship from none other than the President of the Republic of Kenya, and you're going to be playing outside as well, in other DP tours as well. What if you don't find people who know you there and you have to play? Are you still going to be in the correct mental state to be able to take on it?
Yeah, that's even better.
Why is it even better?
When no one knows me, they're just surprised.
Oh.
Like, yeah.
You show them something totally different.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this sponsorship then a little bit. Muthaiga, you know, is well known in golf, literally, and a lot of golf tournaments have been there as well, usually sponsored by other people. But does Muthaiga have its own programs that might help golf? We have had a conversation before, and we are of the opinion that the standards of golf were too high for the Kenyans in that tournament. But he is in that group that we are counting as too high. How is he going to move from where he is into a pro? Because as an amateur, he got nothing of the prize money, which I'm still complaining about. How is he going to move into a pro from there? How can Muthaiga help that?
Okay, thank you, Bernard. That's a good question. What we've done at Muthaiga, first of all, to start off, and we are very proud of Njoroge, first of all, because he's grown through the junior ranks. So the first thing we're doing as Muthaiga is to build the juniors with what we call our Muthaiga Golf Club Junior Simba League. So what this league is about is for picking up the young juniors who are below 10 years. We have even kids who've started golf at the age of 3. And they've grown through those ranks. So what we do with that is that we get sponsors to support such a league. Because I can tell you the future will be the young golfers. So what we've done as a club is to attract sponsorships to support some of these initiatives.
Okay, so you're making it, then you're making it your prerogative to go and look for sponsorships to bring into Muthaiga the Junior Golf Foundation.
Yes.
Okay.
To support the juniors from that point.
What's the response like?
It's been amazing. So what happened is like late last year, we also launched what we call the US Golf Kids program. This is actually been sponsored right now by Safaricom, NCBA, Crown Paints, and I believe Prime Bank. So this is one of the initiatives that was actually launched at Muthaiga Golf Club, and it has been taken up by good sponsorships like Safaricom, who actually now launched their Safaricom Golf Tour. And I can say even coming weekend, Safaricom Golf Tour is going to be played at Muthaiga, and they are going to have the amateurs playing on Saturday, and on Sunday we are going to have juniors, a junior league that is going to be hosted at Muthaiga to promote this level of golf so that they can come up to the game that we are looking at.
I still need to ask you something that troubles us a lot. You know, the future is in the youth for sure. Yes. Now the youth are in schools, and so we must talk about schools golf. But we don't seem to be doing very well in schools golf. I mean, let's be honest. Kibugu studies in South Africa.
Yes.
Somebody must be able to afford to study in South Africa. And then he plays golf in South Africa. Somebody is paying for it. Somebody is able to. We are not saying there's anything wrong with that. Yeah. But how will we get golf then into the junior levels and into public schools, for example, to tap talent from there?
Yes, I really like that question because you've actually just hit the nail on the head. What we've done at Muthaiga, right next to us, we have got what we call Muthaiga Primary School. So we started an initiative with them, that was 2 years ago. We went to them and we were able to pick 20 students from each of their lower classes so that they start the game of golf. So on a weekly basis, we are training at least 20 students from Muthaiga Primary School. And this is in our appeal to demystify the game of golf. And we have had them being trained from kids who never have had a chance to play the game of golf. So we are doing that outreach program from our...
Okay, so you're using kits that you have in the club. I mean, the clubs themselves for golf must be in the club, because I can't imagine the kids carrying their own bags to go and play in Muthaiga. But I'm imagining as well, and this is a bad example, but it's the example that everybody takes, that a boy from Kibera, a girl from Kibera, I don't know why we use Kibera all the time. There's Mathare, there's Mpuru Kwanjenga and Kwaruben, there's Changombe, there's many other slums, but it's okay. So how are you going to tap into that as well so that it's not just in one area? You know, the interest in a sport can actually be triggered by the fact that you live near the golf course.
Yes.
Just like we've had our cricketers living near the cricket grounds and all that. Yeah. But there might be somebody else who's interested in it and not so near. How are you going to get it to them?
Yes. So we've taken it even a notch higher. So we've partnered with Golf Trust. This is an organization from the UK. So late last year again, they donated to us 200 golf clubs. So we have 200 golf clubs that have been donated. They've been used in the UK, but they've been donated here, and some of them even have been used by top players like Rory McIlroy, and they were donated to Muthaiga Golf Club. The essence of these golf clubs is to help the less fortunate to learn the game of golf. So what we're going to do now, we've already created a team to now get an outreach to reach to those communities, you say, to give them a chance to come to Muthaiga and be able to learn the game of golf. So this is a program we are starting this year.
All right, Ken, this is a question to you, okay? We have seen that most of the Kenyan golfers, a good number of them who have made it as golfers, were caddies before. I mean, why? Why can't we just get independent golfers being the ones who are getting to the top? What is the rationale? How does it help?
Bernard, it's a very simple explanation, and I think you had me asking before we're here about a certain young man who used to be a very good golfer. He left here as a junior. He went off to the US.
What's his name?
And now Agil Balala.
Yeah, Agil.
What did he go?
His first name is Agil.
Yeah.
He was a junior. He was the top, like Ifogo is here, and he went off to Canada. Now he chose priority. He prioritized his studies, so the golf got lost. Okay.
I wouldn't blame him for that.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, he went to Canada for studies first.
He went on a golf scholarship.
Oh, he did?
He went on a golf scholarship.
Okay.
And that's what happens to most of the boys we see around who go out there.
Now, this begs a question. Are they not able to do both? Because the honest truth is, even Njoroge at the moment has his intellect growing. He will pick up something intellectual at some point. He might decide he wants to do piloting or something, then he will have to lose the golf or something like that. We can't expect that to happen. Unless, of course, you make golf so attractive to him that now he takes it as a job.
Now, maybe we are not yet at the level when where we are able to see that golf can actually be attractive. And the reason why is because we see the examples that have been set. We look at the golfers, the caddies rather, who have turned professional, and they are not able to move their golf to the next level. They're not able to move to their next level.
Yes.
I mentioned about a golfer who last won the Silver Salva in 2011. That golfer is nowhere today, unfortunately, because he won that, he got to the peak of his game, he turned pro, and then he just vanished away.
He couldn't hack the pro business.
He couldn't hack yes. And then even when you turn pro here, you are very inhibited because you don't have serious playing opportunities. The people who you are going to meet at Kenya Open, at Magical Kenya Open, they are playing that as one of the events. You are playing that as the event, you see?
But let's also face it. I mean, the people who are playing amateur at the moment cannot afford to play as pros. They cannot afford to go to other events outside the country that can make them grow as big as they can. They don't have the sponsorship, they don't have the money. So there's a little bit of a bridge that we are not able to cross, which Njoroge might cross because somebody else is paying for his golfing, but which might also force me to ask you as well. Your caddy, I think he's a golfer as well, isn't he?
Yeah, Bo.
Oh.
Yes. And how is he playing now?
Not too well. No, I'm joking.
He's a former captain of Kenya's amateur team, isn't he?
Yeah.
So why did he not go to another level altogether?
No, he just plays golf for the fun of it.
For the fun of it.
Yeah.
Now, this is the question that I'm asking. And I want to ask Njoroge as well. What do you think should be done to be able to get other Kenyans as well? You're playing in South Africa. Now you're going to play in other places as well, courtesy of the sponsorship that you have gotten. And I think Muthaiga has also given you some sponsorship. What do you think should happen so that other youngsters like you, who are good, who are interested in the sport, can move, become good amateurs, and then become professionals?
Depends on what age you are. So like right now, personally, I treat it like as a job. So it's like my job.
Already, are you 18 yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, because your voice is already broken. So you can hear it. So you're already right for the job.
Yeah. But I mean, if you're young and upcoming, you just need to have fun when you play golf. And like,
I want to bring you to the confusion that will come into your mind at the moment. When we were talking earlier, you said you're looking for a college, all right?
Yeah.
You'll go into college, and then you will find the workload in college is a lot to even fulfill just a degree of 4 years, okay? The hours you need to put in, the assignments that you need to do, and then you might find yourself spending less time in golf. How are you going to balance that? Because obviously whoever's taking you to South Africa and who's telling you to look for college wants you to also excel in academics.
Yeah, I can never find myself spending less time in golf. Even in SA, it doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen?
Yeah, I don't think it'll ever happen.
At all?
Yeah, I think for me, golf is first priority. And
not academics?
No.
What about for the person who's paying your fees?
I mean, that's second priority.
And they know that? Have you told them?
Yeah.
And they have accepted it?
I think so. I hope so.
Bwana Chairman,
Yes.
you know, James and I have been wanting to join golf clubs ever since we were young. But no, we have to drive to the golf club, and then we have to buy a golf bag and all those things, pay membership and all that, spend so much time there. How how easier can you make it for people to join a golf club? We are not even going to ask the question of whether golf is an expensive sport or not. It is. You need to spend some. It's just like if you go into motorsports, you have to buy a car.
Yes.
So it's not cheap. But how can we make it easier to get more people to join golf clubs, and especially Muthaiga?
Okay.
Or let me make this simpler
yeah.
for you.
Yes.
How much is it to join Muthaiga Golf Club?
Okay. It's a good question again. First of all, we actually have a very good, for you to play the game of golf, you have to start from the basics. So what I would also first encourage anybody before you even decide the golf club you want to get into is at least start the training, start with the starters kit. I'll say, I know the government has been working a lot on, let's say, Lenana, the public golf course at Lenana, and also the one at Kasarani.
Yes.
I believe these are initiatives that the ministry is looking at on how to make public golf courses. Before we go into...
You mentioned Lenana, and which other one?
Kasarani.
Kasarani.
There is one.
And the one at the race course is private, is it? The golf
private.
park, it's private.
Yeah.
And now I might inform you there's one more, but it's very informal. It's coming up in Kajiado East. I know exactly where it is, but it's very informal.
Okay.
The only risk is the ball might get lost in the dust. They will not be happy with me for saying that, but as the ball goes in that direction, the dust might come back. But it's another experience. It's like the rain, it's like the wind, it's like the bush that Njoroge was talking about.
Yes.
So maybe, yes, you were saying that you need to do a little bit more?
So I would first encourage, obviously, people to, from the start, get to know the basics of the game. So for Muthaiga, what we start with is actually, before even really focusing on the membership, is to see, can you have your lessons of golf, get to learn the game. We have a very good set of pros, starting with our resident pro, Bwana Nelson Budanyi. We have other pros there who also assist their assistant pros there. So before you get in, where you now start being a member and looking to play the game of golf, we give you classes and you're able to learn the game of golf. Now we come into the membership part, which you're asking about. To be a member at the club right now is at $1 million shillings.
1 million Kenyan shillings?
Yes, to be a member.
1 and 6 zeros?
Yes.
Of shillings?
Yes.
Okay. That's just membership?
That's just membership.
Okay.
Yes.
And I'm sure you have a waiting list.
There is a waiting list. Trust me. It is there. Yes.
And then how much do you pay to play golf?
So to play golf, once you're a member, you play golf for free. The only thing that you do is at least you have to pay your annual subscriptions.
Which is how much?
It's 60,000 a year.
Okay.
For an individual. So then you just pay, as long as you're a member, you just come. Unless there's a competition, you don't pay anything. Okay. Just your entry fee to the competition, and then your caddy fee if you have a caddy who's with you. Okay. But apart from that, once you're a member, you come in and play any day without any extra cost, unless there is a competition.
Okay, so let's just say it's not very expensive. It's just,
yeah.
Are you a member of Muthaiga?
I have a few zeros, not 6.
Yes.
So you're not a member yet, are you?
I'm not a member.
No, I think you should be
no.
a member, Ken.
Yes.
No, I think you should. You should join Muthaiga Golf Club. Yeah, well, I was going to talk about the other professionals as well.
Yes.
One of the problems we have is our Kenyans, when they turn professionals, then they turn to coaching golf. Again, it's the same thing. They're just unable to push it beyond where they are at the moment. Now, at this coaching level, I'm sure you have some at Muthaiga as well.
Yes.
How is it doing? Because it's a professional as well. Is Jacob Okello with you?
No, he's
not. But he's a golf instructor, isn't he?
Yes.
And he's probably the person who came closest to winning this magical Kenya Open. I think he once came second.
Second, yes.
Wasn't he?
Lost in a playoff, huh?
Yeah, 98, if I'm not wrong.
So he was good, but he didn't push it any further. So what are we going to do to make sure they move further than that?
Yes, this is why even the last time when we had, there was a coaching that was done, same time the US kids golf was being done. I know that was more targeted to the juniors, but there were coaches who were brought into the country. So this is what they're calling it, coach the coaches, so that the trainers can get to know the level of golf and improve on their coaching styles and all. So is an area we should also focus on. Will it be at Kenya Golf Union level, or will it be at the golf clubs level, on how to improve the coaching standards for most of our Kenyan pros? Because coaching is different from playing. You could be a very good player, but you might not be a good coach. So we need to get our professionals also given some guidance and some coaching on how to coach the rest of the players.
All right. Back to Mr. Njoroge. Now, Muthaiga Golf Club is owning you because of the performance. But what is it you like most about Muthaiga Golf Club? If you are offered a chance to move to another club, would you?
No,
Why
I wouldn't. Because I grew up in Muthaiga. But yeah, what I like most is the course. It's I think it's the best course in Kenya, I'd say, when it's at its
Does a
top
golfer
condition.
ever tire of playing in one golf course? I mean, do you get tired of it, or is it just when you move to another golf course, is it a better experience? You know, footballers play in different fields. What about golfers?
I mean, yeah, it can get tiring, but most of all, like if you are like a competitive player, it's not too good to stick around to the same course, because when you travel, you get different conditions, and it's not always going to be the same. So yeah.
And what's your expectation with this sponsorship that you got from the president? Did he whisper it to your ears? Did he say it loudly? Did he kind of say, you know, what did he tell you when you're talking to him?
I know. He was just telling me about.
What did he say? What were his words? Did he say, Njoroge, you are doing a good job? What did he say?
No, he just said, congrats, you're doing well. He wished me well in the future, and then obviously the sponsorship thing.
Yeah, and what is your expectation of that? What would you expect it to do for you?
I expect it to help me move forward in higher levels of golf, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Will you enter your own events, or is an agent going to be entering you in events? How are you going to be participating in these events?
I mostly enter by myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well done. Okay. Muthaiga seems to be the place where the champions are being bred then, Bwana Chairman. That is one thing we must say as well. I mean, he doesn't need an agent. He'll do it himself.
Yes.
With the sponsorship. He'll manage his own money, manage his own course.
Yeah. He started early, so he's matured, grown through the ranks.
Okay.
So very proud of him.
Let me give you a chance then to add in anything else you want to say now that we are almost coming to the end of it all.
No, the first obviously is to once again thank you for giving us the opportunity, and just to wish that we get more players like him coming through the ranks and growing the game of golf. And as you said, one thing we need to do as a society and as a country is to see how to grow the game of golf. I'm very proud of an initiative that has just been started this week by a team of Tafik Balala and his team. Basically what they've done, they've started a league that's called the Savannah Tour. Okay. It's going to start from next week Tuesday. So it's going to be played at Muthaiga. And what they've done, they've told all the pros and anybody who believes they can play off scratch. Scratch means you don't have a handicap. We play bare knuckles. That's what they call it.
Yes, play pigamingi, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So because everybody is asking, how are we going to improve the game of golf in Kenya? Why don't we have any of our pros competing?
So this is for anybody who's interested?
Yes, anyone who's interested.
This is like an open invitation, come and show us what you can do.
Yes, but just no handicap, you have to be ready to play off zero.
It will be like the first time you're playing competitive golf.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Ken, this is not for you. Stop looking and wondering
No,
whether
I was just thinking about our Tuesday meeting.
No.
I might be...
No.
You're most welcome.
No, Ken is not. No, he's not going to be there. Because, that would be a good thing. But then would still come into this transition between amateur and professional and how brutal it is. It's a difficult transition because that's where it has to be managed. You might get some very good players there, but there'll be amateurs.
Yes, and back to where I'm coming from, where I'm saying every Tuesday, the way they are starting it, everybody will contribute 5,000 shillings. It will go into a kitty. And what this kitty is going to be divided to the top players, the winners. So the advantage of this is that the pros and the amateurs get to compete at the same level. And with time, I can tell you what this is going to do to the game of golf. Is that even in the US, people like Phil Mickelson, as much as they are pros, they still maintain their handicaps. So this tournament, I see it going to get us the best players by the time the Kenya Open is coming next year.
Okay.
It could end up being even an amateur who was not in the league to play the Kenya Open. But if they are playing at a very top form, we should be able to tell even our pros to maintain maybe even a handicap to know if somebody is +5 or is +6 in his handicap. +6 is way ahead of your scratch golfer.
Yeah.
That would be somebody who should be considered to play in the magical Kenya Open. So these are some of the initiatives we have to do. Otherwise, as Kenyans, if we keep doing the same thing and expecting different results, you know what that is. So we have to think differently as a country.
Excellent, excellent. That's a very good idea. So Muthaiga seems to actually be living on that mantra of the home of golf.
Yes.
Okay. Njoroge, your last comments? Oh, you want to make a shout out? I know that's hi, mom. No, you're free, man. You are the best golfer at the moment. Go for it. Do what you want to do.
No, Savannah Tour, people should definitely look into it. because I think it's gonna grow big.
Okay.
'Cause,
But you're on a trip to Belgium, aren't you?
yeah.
So you'll be watching and saying that one is for them, this one is for me.
No, I'll also participate in these events.
You will.
Yeah.
All the best to you as well.
And also
What's
shout
your-
out to mom and dad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Say it loudly then.
Shout out to mom and dad.
Are they watching? Did you tell them you're going to be on television?
I know, but
No, they're probably looking for money to pay for your golfing tours as well. Yes, Ken,
Bernard,
your comment, yes.
Yes, I would have wanted to hear, from the Muthaiga perspective, for other golf clubs that wish to host the Kenya Open, to hear what sort of steps, what sort of infrastructure that Muthaiga had to build. What did they have to do in order to qualify to
No,
go
but
place?
they won't tell you because they know other golf clubs will copy that and they'll lose the rights to that.
Some
They will
things are
not.
straightforward.
They will not.
They have a new bridge. Did you know they have a new bridge
What?
across Kiambu Road?
Okay.
Did you know they have a new fence?
Okay.
Did you do that because of...
Ken, those are not the things we consider when you're going for when you're a sponsor, you're not considering a new bridge and a new
Ask the
fence, okay?
chairman.
But the chairman would be gloating about that as part of the restructure that they have done at the Muthaiga. But I can bet you to the last dollar, he will not tell you the secrets of how they organize this.
Chairman,
Because
you'll
they
not-
want it to remain there, don't you? Are you bidding again?
Yes.
Of course.
We plan to have it at
Yeah.
the home of golf.
Yeah, that's going to be the home of golf. All right, we'll leave it at that. Well done, gentlemen. Thank you very much for coming to talk to us. When we come to visit Muthaiga, please don't charge us $1 million, Bob. Just allow us to have a look, have a meal, have a drink, and then we can leave.
Karibuni.
Right? Asante sana. Njoroge, very good luck to you as well.
Thank you.
Keep us posted on what's going on.
Yeah.
We'll give you our pages and all that at Bernard_sports, at KTN_sports, at JOKabi. You can always be tweeting us and tell us what we have to keep an eye on you.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. Otherwise, the president is the one who will be keeping an eye on you, and you know that's more difficult. Congratulations again.
Thanks.
Well, gentlemen, and that's where we come to the end of that discussion on the Muthaiga Golf Club and, of course, on the Magical Kenya Open and the young Njoroge Kibugu from Muthaiga who made the cut and was the best placed Kenyan at the Magical Kenya Open as well. And, of course, the chairman, Ronald Meru, coming to talk to us about Muthaiga. We're very happy to have had that as well. Let's continue that conversation. You know the social media pages as well. And I still insist on giving you our little trivia question for the purpose of conversation. In which marathon did Eliud Kipchoge set the world record? At Bernard_sports, at JOKabi, at KChege_sports. We'll come back to give you the fixtures of what's happening over the weekend.
KTN News. Get the whole story.
Hello and welcome to Youth in Agriculture, and as always, this is where we bring you inspiring stories of farming ventures here in Kenya that are very commercially viable.
Also nutritious, so we just harvest it that way and feed to the chicken. So for the chicken, the pigs, the rabbits. Strawberry plant is a good plant because you can plant it in many ways.
After harvesting, you're not supposed to wash them, so you need to put something on top of it.
Very often you see farmers fighting against nature, fighting against the climate, fighting against the environment, trying to force a particular plant to grow in a particular area. What we do is we just try and establish what grows well here.
Thank you so much for having us.
Welcome.
Asante sana.
Kenya is not producing all the goods that you see on the shelves.
We act like slaves. We act like we are waiting for instruction from a different place. We have forgotten that we hold ourselves accountable.
What all this means is that your food bill could go up.
The rich who shop at supermarkets say commodities are expensive. What about us from low-income households?
Brace yourself. It will be important to know how to protect your pocket from these financial threats.
Let's get connected.
KTN News. Get the whole story.
Well, welcome back. What a conversation with that young man, Njoroge Kibugu. Well, and then with the chairman, Ronald Meru of the Muthaiga Golf Club. Much insights on what happens at a golf course. Lots more insights on how to join a golf course. Lots more insight on what's going on there. And that is the way we take it from here going forward. But we've got to let you know on what's going on again over the weekend in sports. We've got some Kenyan Premier League matches being played over the weekend. We had I think literally everybody was involved in midweek fixtures. But the one that is probably standing out is the fact that Ulinzi Stars and FC Leopards did not take place. Now this because it was at the Kericho Green Stadium. Ulinzi Stars claimed there was no ambulance. And
Ulinzi Stars didn't provide an ambulance.
Oh, they didn't provide an ambulance?
If I'm not mistaken.
No, I think it's the other way around.
Because the Leopards cannot be home in Kericho.
The home team was
Ulinzi. Ulinzi did. But
yeah.
Second time it's happening.
Second time they haven't provided an ambulance.
Yeah, which is a bit odd for
Why?
a team that would at the very least not have a problem with things.
No, they have lots of ambulances. They have a hospital for them, and they have lots of ambulances. And in any case, Ulinzi Football Club is supposed to provide an ambulance. But why did that happen? I saw the coach of FC Leopards really screaming about that, saying it's crazy.
You've got to travel all the way, prepare, and then you don't. Look, I think that should be like the basic tenets of something. You've got to have an ambulance there. We know why you have to have an ambulance there. In case something happens, you've got a means in which to get you to the hospital. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why.
Understand.
It's not explainable. Maybe it was just an oversight on somebody.
No, you don't have an oversight.
It's not an excuse. It's not an excuse.
You'll never have an oversight.
These are disciplined people. These are part of the
something